This is Coach PDHPE with another HSC Core 2 video, factors affecting performance. The key idea 2 is how can psychology affect performance, and the dot point we're looking at in this video is motivation. There are two particular dash points, positive and negative motivation, as well as intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So let's start off by having a look at a bit of an overview of motivation itself. Now, motivation can be defined as that which induces a person to behave in a particular way. It's a very powerful force that leads an athlete or a team towards a desired outcome. Motivation is very important in regards to athletic performance. Without motivation, individuals or teams will not be as likely to attend training sessions and will not perform at the highest standard in competition. Motivation can be classified as being either positive or negative, or intrinsic or extrinsic. The first dash point is positive and negative motivation. Positive motivation is a desire to succeed in a task that will make the athlete feel content or satisfied. An example of positive motivation is knowing that if you score a century in cricket, you'll receive praise from the crowd. Positive reinforcement helps to maintain positive motivation. Praise and recognition from the coach will assist the athlete to continue to improve and train even harder. Other examples of positive motivation include playing well to receive Man of the Match awards and playing well so that you get a new, improved financial contract. Negative motivation involves completing tasks because the athlete will know there will be an undesirable outcome, such as being replaced due to making numerous errors. Using negative motivation techniques are considered to be worthwhile in the short term, but if used over time and into the long term, they will lose their effectiveness. Negative motivation causes you to think about what you don't want to happen. Examples include an athlete who plays well to avoid the coach yelling at them, or a player who tries hard during training for fear of having to do extra fitness work for making any errors. Research indicates that successful athletes are generally more positively motivated than negatively motivated. Positive motivation is more likely to be maintained over time. The next dash point is intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is a desire that comes from within. When athletes are intrinsically motivated, they feel satisfied and content regardless of the external rewards. An athlete driven by a need to succeed because they simply want to be the best and are not overly concerned by financial rewards is an example of intrinsic motivation. A football coach said recently that the best players to work with were the ones that were unconcerned about how much they earn. Extrinsic motivation is a desire to succeed in a task to gain an external reward, such as a trophy or money. In this case, the reward provides more satisfaction than the task itself. With the increase in salaries of professional athletes, there is a general concern that money is now the driving motivational factor rather than the enjoyment of playing the sport itself. Intrinsic motivation is considered more useful than extrinsic because athletes who are intrinsically motivated usually want to try harder to improve their ability simply because of an internal desire to do better. This has a longer lasting effect of motivating athletes than extrinsic motivation and will help athletes to maintain the feeling of joy and participation. A coach needs to have many examples of motivational techniques at hand when dealing with athletes. This is due to the differences in personalities of many athletes. Money may be the driving force for some athletes, while for others it could be the thrill of winning a trophy. For some athletes it may mean they are motivated to do well because of a fierce desire to be number one in the world, while others may be motivated by performing at a high level to provide for their family. This is the end of motivation. If you need more information, as always, see your textbook or consult your teacher. For more Year 12 PDHPE information, go to the website www.coachpdhpe.com.